And hello, my fellow nerds out there. Zorblender Richie, and welcome back to another part of Here for Sweethearts. And in the last part, we had an intermission, and we met up with Gunter, and we captured Gunter's heart. And we also found out we found my character's mom. My character's mom is apparently the librarian, at least as far as I can tell. So, but for this one, we're going to be meeting Mary and Reginald. And I kind of like how they just look at each other when you hover over them. Anyways, let's go ahead and meet with Mary. I believe Mary is the one that owns the frog. Also, her hair kind of reminds me of Cassandra from Pico School. I'm not gonna lie. Anyways, let's get into it. And class lets out once again. You exit out of the hallways and into the fresh air of the courtyard. You've got minimal homework for today, and it puts you an extra bit of pep in your step. In fact, you're sure it'll be done even quicker if you just look up the answers in the back of the textbook. Answers in the back of the book. The school's worst kept secret. Well, aside from that other thing, you make your way down to the rock-lined paths in the courtyard, heading nowhere in particular. You just left class. Maybe you'll stop by your dorm really quick to put your books away. Richie. Oh? A familiar voice calls from behind you. You smile and turn around and see her jogging up to you. Natina! Oh, hey, Natina. I haven't seen you in how many chapters has it been? Like 6 chapters? Jeez. I forgot what voice I gave her. Richie, I'm so glad I caught you. I've been dying to tell you about this ever since it happened. Natina begins to walk alongside you as she talks excitedly. You remember that girl I was telling you about, right? The really cute one with the blue high twin tails? Kind of looks like the headmistress a bit. But like, definitely isn't Basilisk. Oh my gosh, can you imagine? Anyways, we both forgot our gym clothes today and got to sit out together. She's such a riot. We talked about our matching hair clips, and she even said if I ever drop by the baking club, she'll make sure to save something for me. I can't read. My God. Sorry guys, I'm all scatterbrained today. I knew I had a good feeling about her. I invited her to sit with us at lunch tomorrow. You should really meet her. In the middle of rambling, Natina stops. A familiar grin stretches its way across her face. Natina gripped you by the shoulder and nods towards the fountain. You see her, right? You glance over. There's a lone girl sitting on the edge of the fountain. You can't see much of her face, but she's got voluminous red hair, with what appears to be horns curling up at the top. She's sitting very proper, back straight, legs together. It looks like she's reading something. Doesn't she look lonely? The smile on Natina's face is less than trustful. No harm in going to say hi, right? Sometimes something in your gut makes you doubt it. Mary! Before you can say anything, Natina is already making playful strides to the fountain. Looks like you got no choice but to follow her. Oh, look at her! I love her design. Can I just say I love Mary's design. It just reminds me of Cassandra from Pico School. I think that's what they were going for. Even if it wasn't what they were going for, I like the thought. As you get closer to the girl, you're able to see more of her face. She strikes you a bit unsettling at first, but you don't get the same chill around her like you do with Twyla. It's just that something about her eyes. They look dull, almost lifeless. And yet, they're staring at you and Tina with such intensity. You feel like she's going. You feel like she's seeing right through you. I think there's a typo here, devs. You might want to fix that. And your intentions. You notice her flinch and avert her vision as Natina gets close. Oh my God, Mary! I haven't seen you in like so long. Do you hate me? Are you avoiding me? You can see clearly that Mary's eyes begin to well with tears. But she doesn't say anything, and it doesn't stop Natina. You're always so quiet. Am I ever gonna hear you speak? Mary digs through her bag and pulls out a notebook. She hurriedly scribbles something into one of the pages and rips it out and hands it to Natina. Natina takes paper and reads out loud. Go away. Aw, come on. What kind of thing is that to say? You can at least say something to Richie, can't you? Do you want to introduce yourself? Richie told me themselves that they think you're cute. I did not say that. They totally like you, Mary. Do you think Richie is cute too? Mary scribbles something down in her notebook again. It takes a bit longer this time. She holds it up this time instead of just passing the page to Natina. Her note reads, you know I can't talk. Please just leave me alone. Oh, she's a mute. Oh no. Oh my god, I endear her even more. You know, I actually like Mary even more now, because... Okay, so here's the thing, mute characters are kind of my favorite type of characters. Like, the mutes are the... Because you always hear the saying, it's always the quiet ones you gotta watch out for. That saying isn't always true. Sometimes the quiet ones just need a friend. They just need somebody to talk to, you know? There isn't anything wrong with them. You know I can't talk. Please just leave me alone. That's, not very nice, you know? We haven't done anything to you. Am I, doing something wrong? We're just trying to make friendly conversation. Natina. Natina, can you not read? She literally cannot talk. Besides, Richie's super into you, right, Richie? You're coming off pretty strong. Honestly, I kind of just want to say leave her alone, Natina. Let's just go with leave. Let's just see what happens if we say leave her alone, Natina. Seriously? I'm just trying to talk to her. And all she does is tell us to go away. She's been way more rude than I am right now. Come on, Mary, can't you just act normal for once? Why don't you show us what you're reading? Natina reaches for... No. Lunges for the book in Mary's hands when... Mary flinches harder in almost worrying degree. Frog! Froggo! A frog emerges from the depths of her hair, causing Natina to recoil in surprise. This time, Natina can't hide her smug smirk. Oh my god, you let those things into your hair? Jeez, scary. I didn't know you were gross too. You tell Natina to knock it off. This causes both of them to look at you in shock. Richie, what's your deal? Does Natina not hear the words coming out of her mouth right now? Calling someone gross definitely isn't friendly conversation. She's keeping a frog in her hair. Natina stops her sentence sharply. Her eyes go wide as she's caught sight of something in the distance. Actually, you know what? I totally forgot that I have to go meet with a friend for chili and stuff. Yeah. I'll see you later, okay, Richie? Natina hurried off almost in a running pace. And a few moments later, someone comes in to take her place. Oh! Do we meet Reginald immediately? Okay. I'm wondering if it didn't really matter which chapter we picked. A boy with caramel hair and familiar yellow eyes steps up to the two of you. He talks like he's seen this all before, and he's not happy. What's going on here? We were just talking. Yeah, right. With a girl who can't talk? I saw you here with Tina. What were you doing, huh? You tried to assure him that you weren't doing anything bad. All that happened was that you were just introduced to Mary, and it's got nothing to do with him. Nothing to do with me? She's my girlfriend, asshole. Oh. Well, that explains it. That explains it. That explains why that explains the characters, the select screen where you hover over one of them and they're just looking at each other. Oh, that's so cool. It's got nothing to do with you. So you better... Mary quickly grabs the boy's attention by tapping him on the shoulder. She sighs. She signs something to him with her hand, but because of the angle, you can't make out what too well. She speaks in signs! Oh, and I actually just realized that one of her bracelets is the asexual flag color. So actually, I think that's asexual. It's a purple, gray, black, and white, right? I think it is. Because I myself am aromantic asexual. I should probably know this stuff. The boy's expression softened. At least before it turns to you again. I see. Carry on. What gives you an "I've got my eye on you" gesture before walking off in the distance? Mary then turns to you once again. Her eye contact is intense. She just reminds me of Komi-san a little bit. Oh yeah, she reminds me of Komi-san a wee bit. But she's like not all that shy. I don't even know that yet. Why am I assuming? You feel almost unable to look away, as if she wants to tell you something. But as you just learned, Mary can't talk. It looks like she just remembered the fact about herself, and she goes to grab her notebook once again and quickly scribbles her hand across it. With a quick and clean tear, she rips the page she just wrote out of her notebook and hands it back to you. It reads, "Thank you for helping me." You can't help but smile as you read it. You assure Mary that it's no problem. You're on friendly terms with Tina, but she can get a bit nasty sometimes. And the way she was behaving up to her wasn't right. Mary smiles at your response. Now that she's in front of you, you feel compelled to tell her. Ooh. Oh, wait. Wasn't her goal to return the frog to her? You have something that belongs to you. She blinks in surprise. You explain to her that the thing you have it. You've had it for a while and returning it is long overdue. As much as it would pain you to say goodbye, you're sure she'd like to see him again. This seems to have grabbed Mary's attention. Hastily, she writes something and holds up to you. Where is it? Can you please show me? You tell her it's back in your dorm room, if she trusts you enough to follow you back there. She seems to ponder it for a moment before smiling in certainty. She allows you to lead the way. You return her smile as you walk her down to the dorms. The walk is quiet, of course. You're not really sure what to say to her, and it isn't as though she's going to be saying anything at all. Despite this, it's a pleasant walk and not overwhelmingly awkward as you unlock the door to your dorm. You welcome Mary to your dorm and she takes a careful step inside. She seems to be scanning your room and looking for something specific. You already know what she's looking for, so you return to her as quick as you can. You peer around the corner of your desk you know he likes to stay in. He's taking a nap, but wakes up as you cup him into your hands. And then turn around and present him to Mary. I can't bar. Well, you didn't expect that. The frog, a cantabar, jumps from your hands into Mary's. Oh, cantabar, I was so worried about you. Oh, wait, I'm gonna assume that she's signing that. Hand signs. Seriously, I thought something bad happened to you. I'm so glad you're safe. A cantabar disappears into Mary's hair, presumably joining the number of frogs still hidden in there. So, she can talk after all. Wait, so she was talking? Yeah. If you want to talk about it more, we can do this back in my dorm. I just want to make sure Canterbury gets back safe. Well, alright. Thank you. Oh, I kind of like Mary. You leave your dorm with Mary. She begins to lead you to her dorm, which you know is also Twilight's dorm. You must admit, you're curious about how it looks, seeing as Mary loves the frogs, but Twilight can't seem to stand them. It doesn't take too long to get into the room, considering you're already in the area of the dorms. She locks the door, then holds it open for you to enter. Ooh! Oh, this looks so cool! Bro! You take a step inside the girl's dorm. It's pleasant. can easily tell which side is Twyla's. Because half is littered with little decorations and Twyla has none. And speaking of Twyla, she isn't here right now, leaving you and Mary to talk privately. Mary steps into your dorm after you. She allows Acanthabar to climb onto her desk, but after only a few steps on it, he climbs back into her hair with the others. I missed you too. You can stay in there if you want that badly. So, yeah. Nice to meet you. I'm Marianta. Marianta. Is that a pun to something? I feel like that's a pun. And, I can talk. You can see that. Does anyone else know she can talk? Reggie does. He was the first to find out. Oh, you'd probably know him as Reginald, though. He is my boyfriend, the guy you met earlier. He's the only other person who knows. Well, aside from the frogs, of course. You see. Well, you have to ask, why does she pretend she can't talk? She can't then. She's silent for a moment. A few moments, and then she bluntly returns to your question with, it's easier. Oh? Usually when I try to talk to people, well, I always just say something wrong. And when I try to fix it with my words, I tend to just mess it up further. Ugh, I know that feeling. I don't think I'm very good at talking to people. So it's easier to just say nothing at all. Then even when mess ups do happen, I know it's not something I said. You see, you're sorry she feels like that. Well, as you guess, I don't really get many opportunities to talk to people. You've been really nice, so if there's anything you want to talk about, actually, yeah, it'd be nice to talk about a few things with her. There's stuff you love to ask her. Like... Oh! Okay, I know we can only ask about one of these. I was like, thanks. Oh wait, no, because in the Tina's chapter, or in the intro chapter or whatever, we were able to pick multiple of them and know everything about them. So maybe it's like that. Let's ask about Reginald. I actually am kind of curious about Reginald and her and Reginald's connection. I could talk about him all day. Oh my god, look at the frog in her hair! Oh my god, it's so cute! It's so cute! What do you want to know about him? Well, she certainly had quite an excited reaction. I mean, he is her boyfriend after all. Why doesn't she start by telling you the things she would love to talk about regarding him? Oh wow, I could go on and on. Sorry, this is a little embarrassing, but I really love him. I really, really do. I just get all giggly thinking about him. You tell her it's alright. It's sweet. It's sweet. I didn't get to read that yet. Whoops. He really does mean a lot to me. He makes me feel safe. Like I don't have to hide anything around him. I always felt like I had to be someone else growing up. People never liked me the way I was. And if I wanted to be liked then, I had to be someone else. Who I am and what people want to see. They've always seen two different people, but he doesn't make me feel like that. I don't have to worry about who I am around him. He likes me just the way I am. Aww. You can't help but smile. Oh. How wonderful. Is it that she has someone she loves so much? Sorry, did I say too much? Sometimes I ramble without realizing. You tell Mary it's quite alright. If you may, can you inquire a bit... If you may, can you inquire a bit further more about something small regarding Reginald? Well, there's actually a few things to know about Reginald, but it's best to start small. So, you've met Reginald's sister before, Mitzi. Surely Mary must know who she is. The first time you had run into Mitzi, it's because she was crying after a fight she had gotten into with Reginald. Does she know what the fight was about, or anything regarding some rumored animosity between them? Oh, sorry, I don't feel like it's in my, I don't feel like that's my place to say. If you want to know about it, I'd ask him yourself. I wouldn't feel I wouldn't feel right talking about it without his permission. You see. You thank for telling you as much. Oh, okay, so we can talk about all of them. Okay, cool. About Acanthabar. Mary seemed incredibly relieved to see Acanthabar in your safekeeping. Yet she appears to have many frogs in her possession. Is there something so special about Acanthabar? And why she'd start collecting these frogs anyways? They were going to use the frogs for dissection. They said this was the last year they would have dissection as part of the program, but I felt bad. Because why would these frogs get to be so unlucky? I didn't want them to have to die. So she stole them. Didn't she get in trouble for that? I mean, a little. But they let me keep the frogs. It's so all's well that ends well. And Acanthabar? Oh, right. Acanthabar's very special, you see, because Acanthabar is frog royalty. He's a prince. Really? Mm-hmm. He's tried telling people in the past, but for some reason, only I can understand him. Luckily, he wasn't part of the dissection program. He actually came to me from the woods around the school. He saw how good I was with the other frogs, so he came to me for help. I wish I could help him more, though. You see, Acanthabar isn't just a prince. He's a person too, like you and me. He's just stuck as a frog for the time being. Oh, like the princess and the frog. Oh, that's cute. Due to a curse he's under, he can't turn back into a person until he, gets a kiss. This is beginning to sound like a fairy tale. Yep. If that's the case, why hasn't Mary kissed him yet? Because it won't work if I do it. Acanthabar has to be kissed by royalty to turn back. And last I checked, I'm not a princess. Besides, I think it'd be a little weird to kiss a frog before I kiss my own boyfriend. She hasn't kissed Reginald yet? Not yet. I mean, we kiss on the cheek and the forehead and stuff, but I can't even make the first move. I get too nervous. I think he's a little like that too. Maybe when the time's right. Mary seems to stir up happy memories surrounding her boyfriend for a few moments longer before dipping back into reality. Let's go with Twyla next. Twyla? They're dorm mates, correct? Yeah, that's right. Do they get along? I guess so. I mean, she told me herself that she likes that I don't talk. Say I don't bother her that way. And I know she doesn't like the frogs but as long as I keep them in my side of the room, she's generally okay. I wouldn't really say we're friends or anything though. Why do you ask? You were just wondering about her, that's all. You've actually been in contact with her a lot recently, but, well, you've just been having trouble getting her to like you. You were wondering if she was like that with everyone. Yeah, I think I'd say so. I'm not sure she likes anyone. But at least she's honest about it, you know? Or wait, actually. Okay, I know we're gonna ramble again for a bit. Actually, I think the bead bracelet on the right here, the one on her left, my right, the white, gray, black, and purple one. I don't know if that's asexual or not. It could be demi for all I know. I think she's demisexual. Because like demisexual and asexual actually have the same colors. But like I don't think the designs are the same. The designs are like not the same though. They're
there's two very different things. I think that counts for something. You see, you appreciate Mary's input. I'm glad I could help. About Natina. You knew Natina since the first day you came here. She was the first student you were introduced to. Though she was pretty amicable at first, but then she started to show some other colors. A bit aggressive. It seems she's a bit biased against a few different kids at the school. And when you were talking with her yesterday, she seemed to target Mary when she saw her sitting alone. Is there any specific reason for that?
I wish I could tell you. In a way, I wish you could tell me too. I used to be in your position, you know. Latina was the first person I really formally met after I started coming in here to school here. And like, she was nice to me, and I thought we were friends. I liked her a lot. I really, really liked her, you know?
Oh.
It took me way too long to realize she was just making fun of me the whole time. All her friendly talk was just a roundabout way of calling me weird. And everyone knew but me.
Oof.
Ouch. That's gotta be a rough thing to deal with. But how was I supposed to know? I never really had friends, so I couldn't tell that it wasn't really. It's fine now, though. In a way, I almost have to thank her. If it weren't for her, I might not have met Reggie. He helps make sure she doesn't bother me anymore. There was even that one. Well, I don't need to get into that. You thank Mary for letting you ask her so many questions. You feel like you learned a lot. But now, you're wondering if you're going to ask her about something a little more serious. Yeah? She asks hesitantly. Well, she must know about the murder too, right? Oh, yeah. Right, well, you think maybe you should ask her about it, seeing as her boyfriend seems to be everyone's top suspect. Does she think he did it? The murder? No. Really? What makes her so sure? If he did, he would have told me. Likely. You trust him that much? Of course I do. I wouldn't date him if I didn't trust him after all. Though, when I think about the situation, I kind of feel bad. Reggie's roommate, I didn't know them that well. But I was at their dorm all the time, so I feel like I should have known more. That's so. Yeah, you see, it's like Reggie's roommate was usually never in their dorm, only really came in for curfew. So Reggie ended up pulling a few strings and had a spare key made. And he gave it to me so I could come in anytime I wanted to hang out there. And Reggie and I would hang out there at the class and do homework together and stuff while they weren't around. We'd even nap together on Reggie's bed a lot of the time. No. But even with all the time I spent there, I had only seen Reggie's roommate a handful of times. I don't even remember their name. And now they're just gone. And I didn't know them at all. I wish I had known more before, but I wanted to leave something in the room after it happened, you know? To pay some sort of respect. A flower or two, just something small and nice. But they closed off that room for a long time, and I had lost my key before it even happened. And now that room is yours, so I feel weird about leaving something in it now. Well, if she ever wants to, she's welcome to. Anyways, Twilight usually comes back around this time. She could be walking in any minute. I just thought I should let you know since, well, I won't be talking anymore when she's here. Right, well. Is there anything more she'd like to say? Thank you for talking with me. is there anything more she'd like to say? Yes, actually, now that you mention it, would you, I know we just met, but could you do me a favor? I've been thinking about this for a long time, and I can't really ask anyone else to do this for me. So now that I have the chance, you know, the dance, the one we're holding at the school real soon? Yes, I'm taking Twyla. No? Let's just say yes, I do. Yeah, I do. Right, well, I really want to go. Is she not already going with Reginald? Well, that's the thing. Reggie hasn't talked about the dance at all. I wouldn't ask him to go with me myself, but I know he doesn't like big parties and stuff like that. But thinking about going and getting all dressed up, getting to dance with him, it makes me feel all giddy. And I'm sure if I did ask him to go with me to the dance, he would say yes, because he's really nice like that. But I would feel so bad having asked him when I know he's not into the idea. So she wants you to... Oh, right, I was thinking you could maybe, convince him? Like, maybe talk to him about the dance. Tell him about how it would be a good idea to take me or something. I feel less bad knowing he asked me because he was convinced it'd be fun, you know? You understand, and you tell Mary you think that's something you can do. Really? Mm-hmm. You've been wanting to meet Reginald for a long time now yourself. You're sure when you see him, you'll be able to tell him about how fun it'll be to take her to the dance. Oh, yay! Thank you so much. I always wanted to go to one of these, so... Thanks, Richie. I don't really have a lot of friends at school, so... I'm really happy that you're one of them. Captured Mary's heart! Yeah! Nice. Alright, okay, so next we got Reginald. See, I told you, they just look at each other. That's adorable. Let's go with... Okay, so we're gonna end this episode off with Reginald's route. Is it the weekend yet? Though perhaps you shouldn't complain. You have hardly any homework today. Things have been a little more lonely lately. Ever since you gave Mary and Cantabar back, Mary, you don't quite have someone to bounce your thoughts of anymore. When you return to your dorm, it's empty. For that reason, you don't really feel like heading back right away. It's fine you're not carrying a lot on you anyways. You can afford to walk around for a bit and see who you run into. After all, it's another beautiful day outside. Not so different from the other date from always, but you're sure to find someone if you look. Perhaps if you were to look over by... Is that crying? Definitely. A sense of deja vu overtakes you as a bit of a source of the noise. Even the sound is all too familiar. Is it Mitzi? You find yourself wandering over to dark alleys where one building meets another. You begin listening to a conversation that you weren't meant to be part of. I knew it. I don't understand you. Are you done yet? How many times are you going to go through this before it finally clicks that I want nothing to do with you? I'm not like them. I didn't do anything to you. I've never cared about that. Gosh, how do you expect us to get along when you never even listen to me? Stop pretending this is about anything other than feeding your own ego. That's not true. I'm trying to do something good for you. The best thing you could do for me is just stay out of my life. Things have only ever gotten worse for me since you came into the picture. Why can't you understand that I just want to be left alone? Because you can't imagine a world where everything doesn't work out for you. Mitzi always has to come to the top. Mitzi always has to win. And she can't fathom the idea of anything going against that in her perfect little life. You're never going to win me. They made their decision and you have to deal with the consequences. This time, not me. If I never see you again, it'll be too soon. Well, do you have anything left to say? Or has it finally gone to you, that thick head of yours, to leave me alone? Mitzi runs out of the alley in tears. It feels very reminiscent of the first time you met her. Only this time, the person left waiting in the alley was different. You're so caught up by your own thoughts, you don't even notice. Hey, you! Run for it! Just freaking run for it. Hello? I want to talk to you about something. Hello? Hi! Just overhear an argument, one in the most... Sorry about that. Anyways, he takes a step back to give him room to walk out of the alleyway. He does so calmly, dusting off his pants and clearing his throat. Clearing his throat a bit as he leaves the shade of the buildings and joins you in the sunlight. You hesitantly ask him what it is he wants to talk about. You have expected him to tear you a new one for eavesdropping in on his conversation when... I wanted to apologize for the other day. Oh? Mary told me you were actually really cool and nice. I feel bad if I scared you. I was just being careful, you know? Well, this is certainly different from the Reginald you thought you knew. Is this even the same person? The same person who confronted you by Mary and who was just yelling at their sister in the alley? You thank him for apologizing. It just seems like the right thing to do. It's Richie, right? Thanks for looking out for Mary. We both really appreciate it. Say, while he's here, can you ask him something? Sure, go for it. The way he's speaking to you is incredibly off-putting when compared to the first impression of him. You try to ease your way into asking. What was that all about back there? Is Mitzi okay? Let's just ask, what is all that about? Oh, that's... How much of that did you hear? Listen, all of it? Listen, if you knew the situation, you'd understand. Is he going to explain the situation to you then? No. Well, so much for that. Can you ask him about some of the other stuff then? Alright. What would you like to know about? Let's go with about your old roommate. Oh, that. I suppose it does make sense for you want to ask about that. You're staying at that old room, right? You aren't freaked out about it, are you? He talks about it so casually, as if it wasn't his own roommate who died pretty recently. You tell him his casual attitude seems a tad inappropriate in this situation. You think so? I'm not sure how else I should be acting. I didn't really know them well, and admittedly, when it first happened, it was alarming. It was an alarming moment, but I don't know. It's hard for me to feel something over someone I didn't know. And it's not that I don't feel bad, but once you get over the initial shock, what you're left feeling for someone you barely knew, it feels like a coworker died. Scary, but easy to move on from. Well, now it is that I don't have the people talk to the police anymore. And they already ruled me out because I wasn't there the night it happened. No matter what Twyla or anyone else tells you. Where were you then? You know about Twyla's investigation? I mean, these are both pretty good questions. You know about Twyla's investigation? Of course I do. She's so certain that I did it simply because we shared a door. She claims she doesn't think I did it anymore, but I don't know. That girl still treats me strangely. I mean, she should know better than anyone why it couldn't have been me. Oh, why is that? Reginald? Do you want to talk about something? Why is he blushing? Does this have to do with Mary, maybe? If you really want to know, I'll show you. But we have to go to my dorm first. Are you comfortable with that? Or are you worried I'm going to kill you too? Maybe another time. Let's go! Right, follow me. You begin to walk with Reginald on his way to his dorm. Funnily enough, you see him walk towards the direction of your dorm first. Then he stops, does a double take, and begins to walk in another direction. Seems like he's still struggling on where he's supposed to go some days. As you walk, you look around you and spot Natina emerge from behind a corner. You wave to her, but when she sees you, or more specifically who you're walking with, she flinches and turns away, speed walking the other direction. It's just like how she behaves when you were with Mary the other day. Reginald doesn't seem to pay any mind as he continues to his dorm. You notice that it seems a bit far away from the other dorms, but other dorms you've been able to visit. He unlocks the door for you and you both step inside. Ooh! Oh, I love the poster! Oh, and the dorm bed sheets are different. That's cool. I love the poster though. That's really cool. The dorm is simple. He doesn't have many decorations up, but the most striking part of the dorm is there's only one bed in there. Like you, he dorms alone. You have to assume the incident is to blame for that. Reginald steps in and looks around. Was he expecting something in his own dorm? You remember what Mary told you about how they used to hang out in his old dorm together? Perhaps they still do that, and maybe he was checking she wasn't around before. I actually had to dig for a bit, so just a moment. Reginald opens a closet in the dorm and begins to rummage through some stuff. As he's getting his stuff sorted, you ask him, What's the deal with Natina? Ugh, her. You didn't mean to upset him. You're just curious, that's all. Back when you had first met Mary, for the first time, Natina ran for it as soon as Reginald showed up. And just now, when Reginald is leading you to his dorm, you spotted Natina, but she hurried away before you could spot her. It seems like she's scared of him. Is she? Good. It's probably because I hit her in the face with this. Reginald reaches over and holds up a shoulder strap school bag. I mean, if Natina did something to deserve it, then I don't have no gripes with that. If she did something, then she probably deserved that bad. She probably deserved it. I can't speak today. Ugh. Sorry, just getting a drink. Anyways, seeing the way it hangs from being lifted, it seems pretty heavy. It leads you to believe that there is at least one textbook in there. You're unsure of whatever look is on your face hearing this news, but it must be a pretty surprised one because Reginald mentions it immediately. Don't give me that look. If you were there, you would have done the same thing. Slimy bitch. Thinks she can get away with anything by putting on a happy little face. If you saw the way she grabbed her, what? But Reginald looks like he's biting his tongue. Then he takes a deep breath and calms down. Listen, Richie. People at this school aren't the nicest to Mary. I'm not going to let them push her around anymore. And I know I can be a bit aggressive, but I didn't kill anyone. You see. Here we go. His demeanor shifts once he's found the thing he was looking for. The supposed reason he couldn't... Oh, I skipped it. So, if it's bad, please tell me, okay? My friend Gunter has been telling me it's good, but I want it to be the best it can be. Reginald pulls out a crochet sweater. Huh? I'm confused. It seems big in a cozy way and has a pattern that resembles little hearts stretching across it. So, yeah, I've been working on this. It's actually my third attempt. You tell him it's not half bad. You assume that this is his gift for Mary? Aw, yeah, Aw, it's so cute. Aw, it's so adorable. I love it. She really likes soft things, and I know it's not her usual dog style, but I just wanted to do something nice, and I thought she might like it. She really means a lot to me, and I wanted something to show that. You understand, you think it's very sweet of him to want to make something for someone he loves so much. Though you were having trouble understanding how this connects to the incident. Oh! That's because I was breaking curfew to work on it. Really? Mm-hmm. See, what happened was, the school has a knitting and crochet club, but I didn't really want to join. It's not like I would be planning to stay in that club and having to learn everything around several people who already know what it is. Quite embarrassing. Mr. Twilight told me that I could go to Gunter for help. That's so. Mm-hmm. We used to talk every now and again, not very often, but I mean, she's Mary's roommate after all. And when I mentioned the whole crochet thing to her one day, she told me that Gunter knew how to do it, and I should just go to him for help. And that's why I don't understand why she thinks I was the one who did the murder. Because I was in Gunter's room apparently to make a sweater the night that it happened. And he can confirm if you ask him that. Really? You tell him that you've met Gunter before, so perhaps you'll ask him a bit more of the situation if you run into him again. Gunter seems very upset over the incident, so you don't think he would lie about having met with Reggie that night? Yeah, Gunter's pretty soft. I used to meet with him after curfew to help keep the sweater thing more of a secret. But ever since the incident, he doesn't like to break that rule anymore. Now I meet him in the baseball field. Mary doesn't really come by there without a reason, and it's easy to hide under the bleachers or in the dugout if she does. You giggle a bit. Reginald will break curfew and hit someone in the face for his girlfriend, but he hasn't even kissed her yet? Pardon? How do you know that? Mary told you when you talked to her the other day. I see. Oh, these two are actually really cute. These two are actually really cute despite all the seriousness that's going on around them. They're super cute. They're super cute. I love them. I love Reginald and Mary. They're super cute. I mean, it's not as if I don't want to kiss her. I think about it quite a lot. It's just, you'll think I'm silly if I say it out loud. Come on, tell me. Okay, it's just, so the campus at school is really beautiful, alright? Yeah, but think about it. If I'm asked years down the line where I had my first kiss, what am I gonna say? At school? That'd be so lame. And she deserves better than that too. Oh, I think I already see where he's coming from. I already see where he's going with this. With a girl like that, a first kiss has to be perfect, you know? I want to wait until the right time. Maybe this weekend? We have a date in the city planned, so I'm sure once we're somewhere nice. It sounds like a great idea. Yeah, you think so? Wait a second. Okay, I just realized something immediately after I clicked that. Okay, hold on, let me backtrack a moment. Okay, wait. We told Mary that we would convince him to go to the dance, right? So maybe at the school dance. Okay, so let's just say you're overthinking this. See, you're overthinking this. Look, it may seem that way to you, but it's something that's really important to me. You apologize. It's fine. Are we done here? I already showed you what you came here for, so... Oh, wait, that was probably the wrong option. Okay, so we did pick the right option first thing. Okay, then. Yeah, you think so? You do think so. It's like you can feel his heart fluttering, the way he talks about his girlfriend so lovingly. Wait a moment. You said Mary told you about this. That she talked to you? Yes, she did. She was so happy that you returned one of her frogs, she had exclaimed her excitement and blew the whole secret. She had told me about you before, But she didn't tell me she actually talked to you. That's a great thing. Maybe it means she's starting to feel more confident. You hope so. She actually talked quite a lot. And about some stuff Reginald might want to know. Huh? What do you mean? It's not anything bad, is it? Oh no, not at all. She just wanted you to tell him directly, but you're unsure if there's a good way to go without being direct. What is it then? Richie, don't do that to me. Don't tell me you have something to say, then just not say it. What'd she say? You tell Reginald that you'll tell him you'll tell him if he tells you what's happening between him and Mitzi. Richie, are you serious? This isn't... Reggie? Do you really want to know that badly? You would like to? I'm just gonna talk about this I'm just gonna talk in the first person. I know it says you, and it just directly is narrating it, but I'm just gonna speak in first person like I'm there. I've heard a bit about it from Mitzi and other students, but not enough to paint the full picture. It might not be any of my business, but no, I'll tell you. Everyone else in the school already knows, so why shouldn't you get to, right? Besides, I'd rather you hear it from the direct source than through any of our other gossip in the rumor chain. But I'm only going to say it once, so make sure you're listening. You nod to him. Oh, the music's gone. Oh, okay, this is going to be serious. How do I start this? There's no real way to say it without being awkward, so... I was born. They gave me away. Some months after, she was born. They kept her. I grew up in a shoddy orphanage while they moved away and lived a better life without me. All while I'm still carrying the name they gave me. No, wait. Are you serious? He's an abandoned kid? Bro, that's awful. That is awful. Okay, I'm only gonna say this once. I'm just gonna say this once to you guys. If any parent has a child and then abandons them, you're a cunt, okay? You're an absolute cunt. There's no other way to say it. Abandoning a child is the most cunt thing you can do. Don't ever do it. It's not cool. Then one day, many years down the line, I received a letter in the mail saying I was invited to attend Ether West Academy. Ether West, can you believe it? A nobody like me getting to attend a school like this. A boy with hand-me-down glasses and a leak above his bed is now being able to attend a prestigious and luxurious school completely free of charge. Why, it's a dream come true. And it was for a while, and then Mitzi came along. I didn't have a class with them, or anything. For the longest time, I didn't even know they existed. But our classmates started to notice we both had the same last name. Some even came up and tell me that we look alike. I mean, I kind of see it. Eventually, Mitzi met up with me, and she called our parents. And, surprise, surprise, we're long-lost siblings, I guess. Her parents telling me that they always meant to come back for me, and that they were so happy to see me okay. Of course, she was ecstatic about it. So overjoyed to have a new surprise brother. Acting as though we could put the past behind us and just become one big happy family. As if. I want nothing to do with that family. Well, I might keep the name Reginald. I kinda like it, and Mary does too. It's grown on me. But I'm not reclaiming it for myself. They didn't name me Reginald. I did. And they can keep their stupid last name Tetra. Reginald Tetra. Yeah, it doesn't really roll off the tongue, to be honest. Reginald is just fine. Now, Reginald Anta. That's a name. Rolls right off the tongue, doesn't it? Wait, Anta? Anta. Isn't Anta Mary's last name? I think I see where this is going. I like the sound of it. You see. That was a lot to take in. You can only imagine how much it is for Reginald himself to take in, having lived and apparently still living through it. Yeah, whatever. I don't care anymore. Tell me what Mary said. Ah, right. You tell Reginald what Mary told you. Mary really wants to go to the dance, but she's too scared to ask Reginald to go because she knows he doesn't like stuff like this, and doesn't want him to feel bad. I was supposed to convince him that it'd be fun to go, but you feel like it would just be easier to just outright tell him like this. Specifically, she wants Reginald to ask her so that she knows she isn't the one putting the pressure on him. She wants to go to the dance? Of course I'll take her. She could have just asked me. Goodness, I mean, I'll do anything if it means I get to do it with her. Our date. I'll go to the dance. I'll ask her to go to the dance with me on our date. And it'll be perfect too. We can look for stuff to wear together while we're already in the city. Sounds like a plan. I hope you enjoy your day together. and I'm excited to be able to see them at the dance. Oh, and Richie, before you go, it was actually nice talking to you. At first, I was mad you were pressuring me to talk about it, but I kind of feel a bit better after I was able to vent it to you a bit. So, thanks for that. I'm excited to see you at the dance too. Capture Reginald's heart. Oh, well, that was fun. Oh wow, I've almost recorded for an hour. This recording has almost gone on for like an hour. So that was Mary and Reginald's episode. Honestly, yeah, I can totally ship these two. These two are absolutely adorable together. Like they are. So next time we're gonna be meeting with Zephara and Jackster. Oh, okay. So there's two others. Oh, and more to come. Oh, and these two are gonna be the last one. So next video is gonna be the final video of the series. Oh, I don't want this to end yet. Well, anyways, that's gonna do it for now. Please leave a like, comment what you think, share this video with your friends, and be sure to subscribe and click the bell so you don't miss a single notification. And I'll see all of you in the next video. Goodbye!